There's a worldwide effort to create a vaccine or even a cure for COVID-19, but Donald Trump has chosen to take us out of that. Check this out. Leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Meanwhile, I believe it's 120 countries. Let me see if I've got the exact number here. 170 countries. 170 countries around the world are collaborating on developing a vaccine. Some of them are, have advanced pharmaceutical and whatnot capabilities. They're developing vaccines. Others are helping fund the research. Others, many of the poorer countries among them, are lining up basically populations, vulnerable populations on which vaccines could be tested to find out in small numbers, to find out if they're safe and effective, and in large numbers to see how effective they may be. So this is what is being done around the world, and it's being coordinated by the World Health Organization, as you would expect. I mean, that's the job of the World Health Organization. But because Donald Trump has been trash-talking the World Health Organization for the last year, or the last 6 months, because, they came out with a COVID test in January. We didn't have one until April. Maybe it was March. But, it took us a while, right? Because the CDC developed a test, and then it turned out it was contaminated, it didn't work, blah, 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 blah. And we still don't have nationwide testing. Whereas the CDC was shipping tests back in January, all over the world. They were made by a German company that had developed the test. We still don't have that test here in the United States. And because the World Health Organization made Trump look like a fool, he's refusing to participate in these vaccine trials all around the world with 170 other countries. We're going to go it alone. And he seems to think that if we develop the most successful vaccine and we went it alone, that we alone can inoculate our population and be the only country in the world with, actual vaccine-induced herd immunity. But what if our vaccines aren't the ones that work? What if China develops a vaccine that works first? They're hard at work on this. There are reports even that, they've been experimenting with some of these vaccines on a very expedited basis with the Uyghur populations, which would be probably a crime under international law. But and I can't verify it. Nobody's been able to verify that. But they're working on vaccines. The Russians have already announced a vaccine, Sputnik 5. They just announced that they're going to push back widespread distribution of it until after November. But, we would not have access, presumably, to these other vaccines because we're not participating with the World Health Organization in this. Meanwhile, Trump says that he's going to save us all money on pharmaceuticals. Yesterday, when he was in Kenosha, he told reporters, he said that the drug companies are coming to see me, quote, this week to broker a deal, quote, substantially reducing drug prices. So that's what he told the press. That's what was reported to the American people. So some of the reporters who were there reached out to PhRMA, the trade association for the pharmaceutical industry, and said, you guys going to the White House this week? And Nicole Longo, spokeswoman for PhRMA, for Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers Association of America, said, quote, we are not aware of any meeting. We know nothing about this. Trump keeps insisting that he issued an executive order that's lowering drug prices, but it's never been issued. Nobody's ever seen it. The drug companies are shrugging their shoulders and continuing to jack up prices. It looks like Trump just thinks that if he just lies about things, if he just says them, that people will take them as true. And sadly, that is probably an accurate assessment for his base, for his followers, the people who believe that he's they're basically their savior. The rest of us, not so much.